All right, guys, today's lesson, we're going to create some speed in your golf swing. You've been told you need to fire your body, turn your hips, use your shoulders, shift your weight. Is it helping? That's the million-dollar question. If it is, keep doing it. For those of you that are struggling, you know exactly who you are. I think this is going to be a very, very helpful video. Sit tight. It's going to be a good one. Okay, let's get to work, guys. First thing I'm going to do is help you understand we need to create some leverage. When we set up to the golf ball, we want to make sure that the pit of the elbow is pointing towards the camera. We turn the hand, we don't turn the forearm. I see a lot of high trail shoulders. I see a lot of high trail arms. This is absolute death. You can see my lead, my left forearm over here. This sort of setup, you've got absolutely no chance. So what we've got to do here, take the pit of the elbow, relax your arm, just put it up against your rib cage, turn your hand, and you can see here, if I do that, my arms are certainly a lot softer, all right? And you may actually see my left forearm above my right. That's getting off to a very, very good start right in here. Can you see that? That's the first thing. Once you get set up to it, what you need to understand is that the trail wrist is going to hinge back on itself. I see a lot of golfers that roll the club away. They actually roll the face open very, very early. All right. They turn the body, of course, but they don't get the vertical elements in their backswing. So what you're doing is you've got a lot of horizontal elements, and the body controls the horizontals at the end of the day. The body controls the horizontals, but you don't have these vertical elements to balance out your golf swing. Remember, the wrists and arms control the vertical elements, all right? So ultimately what I've got to do here is, if I can hinge my trail wrist back on itself, as I start my backswing, I give my club head a little bit of a head start. It starts to win the race a little bit, all right? It's not that I'm not moving my body, I'm just moving my club head a little faster than my body. I think it's important to get some energy into the club head early, so by the time your lead arm's parallel with the ground, guys, we've got this look right here. Can you see that? So many of you are dragging the club away at the same speed as your body, all right? Not leveraging the club, and then you have to lift your arms. You get in this position at the top, you've got absolutely no chance, okay? You'll notice after I hinge my trail wrist back to my lower arm, I also fold my lower arm a little bit, and that's giving me some pretty good structure back here. So once you've done that, whether you're all the way back with your turn or not, you are way better than you used to be. I can assure you, okay? Down the line, right here. Hinging my trail wrist back on towards my lower arm. That's getting the club face to match my spine a little bit more for you guys that open the face early. This move right here, then a little fold, and there's my structure to the side of me. That's what we're looking for. Now, if we're going to hinge and we're going to fold, we're going to have to unfold and unhinge. I hope that makes sense. You're creating angles in order to get rid of them. That's the whole point. That's how you're going to create speed. What I see from most golfers is they believe that they've got to throw the kitchen sink at it in order to get rid of those angles. All right. The challenge we have when we do that, of course, is we don't have any de-elevation. We don't drop the arms. We leave the arms up. All right. And that forces us to release out, and it forces us to release early. What I like to feel here is that my upper body stays closed and my arms drop. Can you see that? As my chest and hips remain back, I'm essentially maintaining my body structure as my arms drop. If you do that, your arms work down, but the club head remains up. And that's your lag, okay? At the end of the day here, if I can get my arms working down, notice how the club stays up if my arms work down. If my arms remain up as I spin, the club will come down and your arms will remain up. That's why you release early. That's why most of you come over the top of the golf ball, because you're spinning, throwing the club out. You've got no chance, okay? So now we're in this position here as we change direction. The arms are dropping. You can see here the club's remaining up. My lead arm now has worked down, okay? My hands are more opposite my trail leg here. Now the magic really starts to happen. As we approach impact, we've got to do this, guys, okay? Look at my lead arm, all right? It's going to rotate the back of my left hand back towards my target. Okay, if I keep it moving, I'll have a little supination here. All right, you've heard that word before, supinate. Okay, what I've got is I've got this forearm essentially squaring the club face after my arms drop. All right, my trail hand is going to do the same thing. This is where most of you go wrong. Look how I can rotate my lower forearm here, but I'm not doing it with what? My body. So in many respects, being able to separate these segments, being able to sort of stand here, just do it right now. Just stand here and just feel your arm kind of twisting from the sky position with your palm, okay, to your target, keeping the pit of your elbow pointing up. Let's not move the pit of the elbow in the same direction as the hand. This is a huge problem, okay? So keep the pit of that elbow up as you rotate your forearm. That's where most of you are going wrong. That's how I transfer energy and speed to the club head, guys. I'm not fixated on trying to use my body more or get my hips open. I'm very, very fixated on feeling the club head and getting energy into the club head. And you see me, when I do that, I am digging a hole in the ground. I know I'm making a mess here. We'll fill it with some sand. But there's a lot of energy this way into the golf ball. I'm stripping the bounce. I'm getting the leading edge moving forward a little bit more, reducing my dynamic loft and creating a ton of speed, okay? That's what I want to feel. All right, so the arms are going to drop. Keep your upper body back. Twist the forearms down towards the golf ball. Look at the pit of the elbow. It's not pointing to the target. It's pointing at the camera, guys. And then it's this move right here. There's my snap. Can you see it? I'm not rolling my wrist at impact, but I'm definitely snapping it down. There's my lead wrist. You see the forearm? All right, I'm not doing any of that. Watch me with my shoulders. None of it, okay? None of it. Very important. Let's go ahead and hit one, just like that. There we go. Now that is a supported release. It's a little bit more of a punch shot, which is ideal, okay? It really, in many respects, helps you put a brake on the grip, which again gets the energy out to the club head a little bit more. After you've done this and you can see the club face is squaring up, what I would suggest is send your speed home. Very much the same concept, but rather than taking the club around the corner by spinning your body, use the energy of the club, in particular your right arm. Use the energy that you're creating here to pull you around the corner rather than forcing your body around the corner. Let's go ahead and do my little hitchhiker drill here. Love this drill. Talk about it a lot on the channel. Keeping my upper body back. Allow the arms to drop. Here's my rotation, guys. Look at that. Look at that arm. Facing the camera. There's my rotation. Okay. All right. Let's send it home. Next step. Can't hit it better. You can't tell me I'm not using my body here. Pressure's forward, knees are together, okay? I'm not trying to drive my hips here. I'm not trying to shift my weight. I'm not trying to fire my shoulders. Think about it. They don't call it body-eye coordination. They call it hand-eye coordination. I go ahead and throw something. My body's going to react dynamically. Very, very important that you educate wrists and arms. I hope this helps, guys. A lot of you, you've just locked up your wrists and arms for years. It's time to open up the doors to that closet, guys. Use your wrists and arms to create more speed with the support of your body. If you think this could help, go ahead and share. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, I always get back to everyone. And thank you so much for pressing that subscribe button. It really, really helps. We'll talk to you soon.